Gackle City Council, Monday, June 7th, 2021 at 8 p.m. We need to approve minutes from the previous meeting, but there was one deal in there that we're going to have to amend. Taylor, you had motioned, and my name's on there, seconded by Jeff to approve the resolution. I can't, obviously. I think I called for a motion and you had made it, but it got posted that, so we'll just amend that. Put Taylor on there, please. Any other problems with that at all that anyone's seen, or corrections or anything? We'll just take a motion to approve those then.
So moved.
Lauren, second. Larry, all those in favor?
Aye.
Approve the agenda for tonight. Only thing I want to add on, and maybe you're going to cover that under yours, was to extinguish the special assessments for that property that the city bought. We got a letter from Logan County. I'll go through that in new business, I guess, though. So, do you guys have anything to add to it? Anything else? Okay. Auditor, we're good then? Got anything else? Okay. So we'll just take a motion to approve that then. So, Taylor, second.
Second.
Lauren, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. We'll just, I think Nicole's coming here yet, so we'll just go with more engineering for you guys to recognize. What do you got for us tonight?
Just a couple things, a little construction update, and then pay app, and then engineering invoice. So just a little construction update. Concrete crew has finished all their work that was planned within the project. They had to take less concrete out. So they actually came about 15,000 to 20,000 under the concrete amount. So we're saving money, which is good. Paving is completed on Cedar Street West, as you guys can see. We came across a couple soft spots in the subgrade that we had to dig down farther than we anticipated. So repairs were made on the subgrade, and paving was completed and turned out well. So just so you guys know, there will be a change order probably for those extra spots where we had to dig in, and that'll be roughly $5,000. I'm still finalizing it with quarter states.
And what that was is, obviously you can't pave on the subgrade. So we typically plan to remove the street, do a foot of subgrade prep. There are some utility trenches in there that were soft, different material. We couldn't dig down. They dug down 2-3 feet on some of these, and they couldn't get to good hard ground. So we put in what's called a geogrid. It's a plastic triangular material they put on the bottom, and then you add a foot of gravel instead of 6 inches of gravel. So it makes it firm so the equipment can work on it and pave on top of it. So we couldn't pave in the soft spots because that would reflect through, so we had to fix those. Hopefully we don't have more issues like that. I'm sure we'll find some. I mean, that's just what you get in the reconstruct jobs. These were two of the areas where they cut in communication lines, so it looked like, across the street, and just didn't backfill it. They didn't get real solid in the backfill. So that was two of the spots. The other one was just a different material. So that's what we have contingencies for, and I anticipate we'll see some more of it coming up, but not significant, huge amount. So.
Any questions with that? No. And then just talking with border states today, they will be back probably not next week, but the week after that. And then they'll be here for a while. They'll get most of the work done. A couple phases at least, they said. But they'll start with the 2 streets that are gravel, and I think by the school will be next. I think you talked to Luke today or yesterday or last week. So we'll get those streets.
And our conversation basically was, well, it was over the hydro complex, which is not anything to do with the city. But then, really, I think what I suggested to Luke was, it looks like we're going to have 2 or 3 weeks of nice weather.
Sure.
To get Elm Street east.
Yep, done.
Really driving on that gravel is not a problem,
Yep.
But boy, over here we got all that grade differential.
Yep.
And
Might as well
if
take
we
it.
get a heavy rain,
Yep.
we're gonna have a mess into the park. Everything goes through the park.
Yep.
So he said, depending on what the forecast looks like, maybe they would hit.
What did he say, like, I don't know, what his window needed to be, how big of a window he needed? Like 2-3 weeks does he need, or?
He figured about a week and a half.
similar to what they got in these other streets. I mean, we're pushing them to get here and get back. We don't have a lot of control on that. They've got a completion date they have to get done by. You know, other than that, we can't get them here. As long as it's done by the completion date, that's fine. So we're bugging them, and they're busy, everybody's busy, so he knows about it. They'll get back and get it done, but we're pushing them as much as we can.
Yep.
So,
That's all I had on construction update, if you guys had any questions about that.
Nope.
Okay. So, and then, next on your sheet is contractor's application for payment. So this is all the work they've done up to the 28th of May. Contractor's application for payment for concrete work, subgrade work, aggregate paving. That's at the dollar amount of $288,931.51. So that's the next page 2 and 3 of your agenda. If you have any questions about that, but we need to approve that.
Did you get an extra one then for me?
yeah, if it's in your packet, it's itemized over. And we hold 10% retainage until the end.
Okay, well, you guys have any problem with that, or can we get a motion for that
Move to approve contractor's application for payment.
one? Lauren, second.
Second.
Taylor, all those in favor?
Aye.
Carries.
Yep, and then engineering invoice, so with the work that's being done, we have an invoice for construction admin and then RPR work, which is inspection work. We're out here, and that is $23,076.25.
Okay,
That's
And our budget's looking good too. We're tracking where we should be, so we're looking good there.
got a motion for that then also?
So moved.
Taylor, second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about contingencies. So we started the project at 152,000. We're gonna be a little under on concrete, like I said, 15 to 20,000. We have that change order that'll be coming for some of that extra subgrade work. It'll be about $5,000. So we're looking at a net increase of 10 to 15,000. So we're 160 to 165 is what I'm anticipating for contingencies. So if you guys want to use that money, what I'd like in the next month is to prioritize some additional streets if you want to do some extra work. Because I need to let Border States know so they can get it in their schedule. I don't need to know tonight. They said they'll hold their price as close as they can. If oil fluctuates a little bit, their tonnage might go up and down a little bit, but it's gonna be very, very close. So you got a good price. I'm thinking we can get 2 or 3 more streets if you wanna reconstruct them. So think about it. It's your project. I don't care what you guys do, but start thinking about it, prioritizing if you wanna add a couple in.
When is, I know we had talked about it, when are you thinking we need to know for sure?
I probably need to know, I would say the next council meeting, you should make a decision on which ones you wanna do. And then we work out a change order with the contractor and get that signed and approved, so.
we wanna be further along on the project before we,
We could run into $100,000 worth of soft spots and there's our
Absolutely,
streets.
absolutely, that's why I don't wanna.
It'd be a lot easier to make call if you're working.
Yeah.
Did you, get a chance to talk to him about Cedar Street on the north side of the fire hall?
Yep.
Yes, that concrete around there, so we're waiting on a quote from LD Concrete in that driveway area. So that would work really, if you are to replace that driveway, the fire hall, the east one that's in rough shape there. If you are to replace it to get back to that, to match the grade of the actual fire hall, on the west side, we'll probably have to pull that driveway out a little ways, go around it with the curb and then tie back in. So you're gonna be coming out into that street a little bit more than what's there now. So if you're gonna do that work, if you're gonna do an extra street, it'd be good to do them in conjunction because we'll be out into that street. That street's in rough shape anyway. So we still have to get a quote from LD. I'm thinking that driveway's gonna be 15,000 range to do all that work, to pull the curb out and pull the driveway out, and it's a tricky little spot. But I'd say in that 15,000 range probably, and then it's probably 50,000 for the street, if you're gonna do the whole street. So, there's money in the project to do it if we don't have a bunch of soft spots that we hit, so.
Yeah, I mean, we're just so very, not very far down the rabbit hole yet to really know what we're even getting ourselves into to
Yeah, we're
be adding streets.
100% agree with you. I don't want to sign a change order right now, but I want it in your, let's prioritize some streets if it comes to that, if we've got money, if you want to add it in.
I think that one obviously is a major one. And then the east side of the school over there was another one we had talked about a bunch. And I believe we're all in saying that's probably gonna be gravel from the ball diamond.
Yeah. And, like I said, once we know both the district, the fire district and the fire department, we probably bear some of the cost.
When can you find that out?
Once we know an estimate, I mean, we're all sure.
Yeah, we'll have to talk to the fire district and that, we're pretty much, yeah.
As soon as you get numbers, then you
As soon as
can
we
go
get
with
numbers, then we know what we're at, so we can.
Okay.
It'll probably be 15. And that's a rough guess at this point.
Yeah. And worst case scenario, I think we got time on the end. If we get a nice September, October, they can get in and do some paving then if we want to wait till we're done with everything else. And I think, or even into next year if it comes to it, if we get everything done this year and it gets too late, they might have a different asphalt price for you because of next year's prices. But so it'd be good to do it this year if you're gonna do some more, but we still could do it next year too. Because we're gonna come back next year and chip seal and that stuff, so. No rush, but I just wanted to remind you to start thinking about some other ones. I think we'll be okay.
Tom, do you need this check too?
If you're about to.
I just want to let you know that was Alex that called me. He said there's a tornado that touched down northeast of there.
Heading this way or what?
This direction.
It's gonna lay in the street.
Well, let's get this shit done with. I'm dying, as soon as hell I get under the water tower.
I didn't notice you needed 2 checks.
Just right there, yeah.
Then where are we at with this?
We're meeting with them, I think we're trying to get them Wednesday this week, is what it sounds like. Yeah. So, I think we're good, unless we have something else.
Hasn't gotten all the way out from Gackle, we're good. So there's a few.
No, I think
things-
we're okay then. Yeah, just get on the road. Thanks for coming.
Yep. Thanks, guys.
Keep us posted.
Barely driving that way.
Yeah, we're gonna go that way.
Going with it. Thanks, guys.
Yep, yep.
Nicole, we can get you going if you're ready, so that you don't have to sit here either.
We're ready.
Okay, what can we do for you?
The first thing I need is, I would like to have, I don't know what it's called, I'm guessing a special permit to be open on Sunday, July 4th. The second thing I need is a special permit to serve beer, maybe some liquor at the ball, or at the park on the 4th.
Okay,
And the third thing I'd like to discuss is a 2 AM possibility of staying open until 2.
for good?
Well, what,
When you choose.
I would like to, yeah, I would
When
like
you
to, especially on the weekends, I'd like to have that option, have that discrepancy to make that, Dan and I make that decision if we want to stay open until 2 or not.
Sure.
So like this weekend was a perfect example. We got done with the herd, people went home, they napped, they came back later. Well, by 12:30, they're like in party mode. Like they want to drink, and here we're closing the door at 1.
I should have knocked it off.
So,
Me too.
it would be kind of nice to have that option. And I know that the state law says 2, but it's based on the city.
Yeah, the
So I
government
think
law.
that it's always been a city
Yeah, that's
decision
what I
to
didn't
stay
know.
open
We
at 1,
dictate.
but,
We actually, that's one thing we can dictate pretty much everything on, yeah.
right.
What if we just let them have it open Sunday if they wanted it to?
I'm not asking to be open Sunday. Wait a minute.
Put on your discretion if you want
At
to.
your discretion is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
If we're
that
gonna
would
go in
be,
and do this 2 AM thing, why can't we just add in if they wanna be open Sunday, they can?
We sure can.
Because I mean, you should have to come up here every time you wanna be open on a
Yeah.
Sunday. It's up to you if you wanna work. If you
yeah,
wanna
because
be
then,
open-
you know, when football season starts, we've already discussed the possibility of being open on, for a Sunday football special, you know? So that would be great. If you guys want to change that, we would really appreciate that.
Cause I mean, if you're gonna go in there for 2 AM, you might as well just go ahead and do it for Sunday. too.
Yeah,
Well, we can go ahead and do the permits for 4th of July,
yeah.
and then the Sunday, we'll just do a permit now, and then we should check and make sure, I don't even know what the ordinance says. You know, if we need to change it, or if it's, you know,
If it's actually written in stone, if it's, without having to have to be closed.
we'll do some more checking on that.
Okay. But for sure on Sunday, I can open for the 4th.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll just make a
Can I
motion
have
now.
that?
Approve that.
First motion.
I move that the 4th of July permit be passed for Sunday, the bar can be open.
Okay, next.
Second on
And
that.
then 2 o'clock, right?
Well, no,
Larry
we have to
second.
look into the ordinance, we'll just pass the permit for now, and the park permit for 4th of July? Does that have to be a separate motion?
Yeah,
The park with it because it's a 1-day permit and you pay like
Yeah.
$10 for it.
Okay, so the 4th of July, we got a second for that.
Good, I'll second
Lauren second. All those in favor?
Alright,
And just so everybody knows, Dean doesn't want to do it this year in case anybody's worried about that, because he did it last year, but this year he said he didn't want to, so that's why we kind of stepped in and said, well,
Okay.
we got family here and they'll go down and do it.
So we're gonna look into the 2 AM and Sunday more.
Yeah, I gotta find that.
just to see what the ordinance actually reads, and then,
Okay.
I mean, I don't have a problem with it. It's-
So on that permit, we can just go ahead and just say for Sunday until 2 AM? That's one of the ones you wanted 2 AM, correct?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, for the 4th of July.
I mean, I don't know,
Yep.
if there's not people in there, obviously we're not gonna stay open, but if we.
That's your discretion.
Yeah.
We don't, sounds like none of the council has a problem with it, so you're fine.
Okay. And then you'll just let me know about the other two.
Yeah, we approved everything for 4th of July in the park, so, and then
Yeah.
until 2 AM, so you're good there.
Okay,
Yep,
so I'm good? I can
yep,
go?
good to go, yep.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming in.
See if there's a tornado out there, if there is, come back in.
Holy shit, oh, it's so dark.
Well, Bill, we'll move to you before, you might have a lot of maintenance after tonight.
What do you got? Much, I haven't got the garbage truck in yet for the cylinders and do it
Yeah.
there. I talked to Todd about it.
We go up, gonna need.
Last time he checked it out, he couldn't find parts for it, but he said once he gets an extra part, then he'll probably find parts around the shop.
Okay,
And then down there at the park, today I got that new driveway filled in with gravel.
okay.
What else was there? About it.
Sorry about that.
Did you get a chance to clean up, I didn't get a chance to talk to you last month, that property that we just got, the Elhards? There was some trash that people were saying that should be cleaned up, I heard from a few people. There was a pool table or something.
Oh, that stuff, yeah, we'll have to get that stuff.
Yeah, if you could, that way we can get that looking good, just like the other properties. Right next to
I
Elhards.
did put,
The
I,
church, it's leaning up against the church.
Yeah, oh, and make sure we put that on our mowing schedule too, so it looks,
Yep.
we don't want that going to hell after we just got it back again, so.
I did pick up all the branches and everything from all around it when I was doing, Maryland's house, so that
Okay.
they're gone.
Okay, anything else, Phil?
No.
Anything for him, guys? Well, keep up the good work. Alright, we'll move on to the auditor then.
All I have is the things I gave you there.
Okay, and
That's
we'll
it.
go over that in the business, correct?
Okay.
Alright, that's it then? Good,
Mhm.
okay, Taylor, water, sewer, and policing?
Nope.
Jeff I's not here. I haven't heard any complaints on street, or lighting, sorry. So we're good there. Larry, anything?
Nothing.
Nothing. Lauren? Nothing, okay. All right.
Parts look good.
Okay, old business, more engineer, got that taken care of. Gaming permit for Danny's is done. Permits for Maryland Elhart roof done, George's roof, Kleingartner roof, Morgan Larson daycare fence done, Chikeen roof. New business, City Blade, I won't go into that a lot. I'll probably get together with Bill on that. Joel Dewald's wondering what we were gonna do with our blade, the maintainer. And I said I thought we were gonna get it started when the weather warmed up here,
Yeah, I never did yet.
which is fine, but he's wondering if there's a possibility to work out something where he was gonna maybe make it a pull behind, like a tractor. And work out where, I don't know if you would come in and blade the gravel spots or what, work something out, but it's something that if you guys wanna think about, what price on that, I guess, I don't have a clue what it'd be worth, so.
I mean, just for himself, he would want it for?
Well,
Or would he would-
I think it would be some for the cities and then out for his roads too. Maybe we should even just get a couple of, a few more and get together with them, or you want me and Bill to get together, I don't care.
We told that old maintainer, that's what that tractor pull on. How do they do that?
I don't know, he's better than me, I guess, because I wouldn't have a clue. But yeah, he wants to strip everything off, and he thought it'd be heavier enough and work well for him, so.
I don't know what the whole thing would be worth anyway, I mean, if it's not running,
It's not- I would assume it will probably start yet. It's just the oil that's on there is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
I think they have a lot of problems. No brakes.
Because we had it out on bids, right? Didn't we?
No, because we
We never get it.
didn't want to get it started or anything, it was so cold.
So he wants to buy it or share it?
Yeah, and maybe I'll talk to him if he should just come into the next meeting would be the easiest.
Yeah.
explain his intentions.
Yeah. And he's gonna be able to explain it way better than me, because I just have no clue on what needs to be done there, or what to come up with, so.
I suppose they removed the front wheels.
Yeah, build some sort of ditch
Sure. I'll maybe talk to him and see if he can come in then.
from the road.
I don't wanna say something wrong that he wants to do, next meeting. So we'll move on from there, then I'll get a hold of him, guys. Additional roads to discuss, we went over that with more. Danny's place is done. That's all, your license for Clark. Okay, we have to make a motion quick, every year we do this, it's for the city of Gackle, post-issuance debt compliance policy for IRS. If you guys have copies of this, I think, if you want to read through it.
They don't have copies in there.
You don't, okay.
No. If they want
It's
one,
just
I'll
pretty
make
much to
one.
keep us in compliance with
Lauren, you don't have a copy?
record keeping and financials and everything. We do it every year, I guess, so we can sure make copies and get them to you if you guys have any questions on that. But if not, we'll take a motion.
Before.
What's that?
Because really, it's the auditor's job more.
Exactly, we just gotta accept it. So if we can get a motion for that, post-issuance debt compliance
I'll move
policy.
to accept.
Taylor, second.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Do you need this back then?
Yes, I need to
I
file it.
saw there's some dates in there to put in, so,
Yeah, I just need to file it.
okay, so we got that done. Oh, and then that property that we were just talking about over here, we need to make a motion to extinguish Gackle City special assessment or liens on the county tax deed property 27, 28, 29, and 30 in block 10 of Elhart's edition. That way,
They can take it out of the records.
take it off the records and then it's free and clear for the
Move
city.
to,
Lauren, second.
Position.
Larry, all those in favor?
Aye.
And I'll put that here for you to send in too.
Yep.
Got that done. The water bills, everything's cleaned up and good, and we
Yep.
actually had no waits this month, so
We had one, that was one late, but she just paid it all up.
we won't mess with that then. The street project sheet, I think, Sherry told you guys, that's just the beginning budget of 1.975 because the bond agency took out their percentage like they said, and then this each, it's just a way for you guys to keep track of what checks are going on. If you got any questions on that, but everything's pretty cut and dry, we went over pretty much everything tonight, so. Then if not, we'll move, we just got, to approve the bills, if you guys have any
okay,
questions on
before
that.
that, All those building permits were approved that were listed, right? Maryland LR.
That was all last month. Yep, they've all been approved and paid for.
There was a guy shingling a house right across from Joel Zinker on the south side of the Johnson house.
Yeah.
Do you know who those
John
guys are?
Shakeen, John Shakeen.
No.
No, I'll get a hold of Gary Ells. I think he was over there too, so.
I didn't recognize it was up there.
I don't know who was all.
I don't know the names of the guys.
I'll get a hold of Greg and I'll get him a permit.
The roofer that was going around doing everybody's, I finally got a hold of him and I asked him if he knew that these people were supposed to have permits and he said no. And I said, well, maintenance guys are following you around like crazy, getting everybody with permits. So if you let them know when you're doing it, tell them to come see us. So that's what he's been doing.
Okay. Any questions on the bills then? Did you see them? The only one, no, we answered that, sorry, never mind. Came first. If not, we'll take a motion to approve them.
Move to approve the bills.
Lauren, second? Second. Taylor, all those in favor?
Alright.
All right, next meeting Monday, July 5th at 8 PM. Is that gonna work for everyone?
Do we know that's right, the day after July 4th?
That'll be the 5th, yes.
Yeah.
You wanna-
That was a dumb way to phrase it.
What do you guys want to do?
Is anybody gonna be out of town?
Thinking difference to you.
I'll be here, though. I gotta be here next week.
Okay.
That's
Okay, so, motion to adjourn.
Move to Gary.
Taylor, second. All those in favor?
Who was second?
Larry.
Hey, Sherry, I'll bring you a check. You want to get a raffle permit? We approved the 2 meetings ago for the fire department.
Oh, yep.
And what is it, $10?